Business 504, Unit 1. This lecture will discuss key terms and landmark court cases discussed in Chapters 5 and 6 of your reading. This lecture will be interactive. This means that you will be asked to answer several questions as you view this lecture. It will be very helpful for you to complete the assigned reading prior to viewing this lecture in order to provide you with a solid background regarding the cases we will discuss. Business 504 examines principles and practical applications of laws that affect operational decisions of healthcare providers, health plans, third-party payers, and managers. We will begin by looking at the law. The law itself is rooted in tradition, culture, customs, and beliefs. For example, consider the religious influence of the Mosaic Law. Laws constantly grow, change, and evolve because of the ever-changing political, social, religious, and personal views of society. Principles of law are subject to change, whether they originate in statutory or in common law. Common law principles may be modified, overturned, abrogated, or created by new court decisions in a continuing process of growth and development to reflect changes in social attitudes, public needs, judicial prejudices, or contemporary political thinking. What is law? One definition of law states that laws are general rules of conduct that are enforced by the government. Where does law originate? There are three sources of law. Common law, which includes court cases both past and present. Statutory law, which is laws passed by the state and federal legislators. And administrative law, which includes IRS rules and regulations, FCC rules and regulations, etc. One important thought on the law is that it is impossible to have a law that covers every possible or potential human event that might occur in society. There are several key legal terms that you must know. Res judicata. This is a legal term that means the thing is decided. It is a key term to know because it is a rule where a final judgment rendered by a court on the merits of a case constitutes an absolute bar to subsequent action involving the same claim, demand, or cause of action. Stare decisis means let the decision stand. It is a common law principle that provides that when a decision is rendered in a lawsuit involving a particular set of facts, another lawsuit involving a similar situation is to be resolved in the same manner as the first lawsuit. It is a key term to know because the resolution of future lawsuits is arrived at by applying rules and principles of preceding cases. In this manner, courts arrive at comparable rulings. Question to answer. Define the term law and list and explain the sources from which law is derived.